Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, your source for reliable insights into the global financial landscape with a focus on Iraq's currency reforms and economic milestones. Today's news is nothing short of historic. Reports confirm that the long-awaited revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is finally moving forward. And here's the major headline: the United States government is fully backing this development. Yes, you heard that right. The revaluation is not only real, it's being supported at the highest levels of U.S. financial oversight. This could mark a monumental turning point for Iraq's economic future, and investors around the globe are paying close attention. Recent insider confirmations indicate that although an official public announcement hasn't yet been made, the groundwork for the revaluation is complete. Behind closed doors, financial institutions and government agencies have reached an agreement and preparations are in motion. The U.S. Treasury, along with key American economic bodies, has signaled complete support. This isn't just another speculative cycle, it's a carefully coordinated financial shift rooted in strategic policy. Washington's investment in Iraq's stability is well known, but this level of endorsement takes things to a new level. A stronger dinar aligns with U.S. interests in Middle Eastern security and global trade expansion, especially as Iraq becomes more attractive to international investors. What's happening behind the scenes is equally significant. Iraq's internal reforms have been accelerating over the past several months. The country's central bank, in collaboration with international advisors, has modernized its banking systems and begun testing new digital infrastructure for payments and cross-border transactions. These critical upgrades may not dominate headlines, but they're what make the revaluation possible. The currency's strength depends on the reliability and transparency of the financial systems behind it, and Iraq has made notable progress on both fronts. What distinguishes this revaluation from the many rumors of the past is not just timing, but strategic alignment. Multiple reliable sources confirm that there's a broader coalition supporting Iraq's move, including European financial bodies and some economic partners in Asia. Quiet meetings between Baghdad and international stakeholders have reportedly taken place over the last several weeks. Although full details remain confidential, the consistent message is clear: a significant rate shift is on the horizon. Insiders suggest this could unfold within a 36 to 48-hour window, though no official rate has been disclosed. As of the current date in the U.S., there is no confirmed public figure for the exchange rate. However, speculation points toward a value reset that brings the dinar much closer to international parity. Some estimates place the new rate in the ballpark of $0.25 to $1.00 per dinar. If realized, this would mark a dramatic leap from current levels. While not yet verified, these projections are based on Iraq's expanding economy, rich oil reserves, and rising political stability. With U.S. endorsement, Iraq could also gain broader access to global financial markets, lifting long-standing currency restrictions that have hampered growth. To better understand this shift, it's essential to clarify what a currency revaluation entails. A revaluation is a deliberate policy move in which a country officially adjusts the value of its currency in relation to others. This is often done to reflect new economic data, encourage investment, or prepare for integration into major international financial systems. For Iraq, revaluing the dinar would elevate its global financial credibility, give citizens greater purchasing power, and enhance its role in regional trade partnerships. It's a move that positions Iraq not just as a participant, but as a competitor in global finance. So why now? Iraq's economy is showing clear signs of recovery. After years of conflict and fiscal instability, the government is now funding new infrastructure projects and nurturing growth in industries like tourism, agriculture, and technology. At a recent international investment forum, more than 130 projects were presented to global companies, signaling Iraq's readiness to engage with the world economically. This kind of forward momentum provides the ideal foundation for a revalued currency. Iraq is no longer rebuilding from scratch. It's moving towards strategic development. Of course, this level of excitement comes with a note of caution. Economists point out that revaluations can bring volatility. Price adjustments and inflationary pressure are always a possibility. However, Iraq's current inflation rate remains relatively low, giving the government some breathing room. With international guidance in place and banking systems already preparing internally, Iraq seems well positioned to manage the transition smoothly. In fact, some reports suggest banks have already begun simulating exchange operations using updated rates. This begs the question, what does all of this mean for ordinary Iraqis and international IQD holders? If managed correctly, the impact could be profound. A stronger dinar would translate into better domestic purchasing power. Citizens traveling abroad would find their money goes further. For international investors holding IQD, the potential upside could be significant. But it's vital to approach this with care. Currency markets are known for their unpredictability. No opportunity comes without risk, and timing will play a major role in the outcome. In addition to the government and central bank reforms, private financial institutions are now signaling readiness for an official rate shift. Several U.S.-based banks are quietly making preparations, reviewing internal exchange protocols, and updating their systems to reflect new potential valuation benchmarks for the Iraqi dinar. These changes are not casual updates. Banks don't modify currency handling systems unless they've received strong indications of an imminent shift. Furthermore, numerous licensed currency brokers and financial consultants have reported being advised to stay on alert for sudden changes. The window of opportunity appears narrow, possibly spanning the next few days, and this quiet buildup is what many are calling the most credible sign of a revaluation in over a decade. Looking beyond Iraq, this move is set to reshape financial relationships throughout the Middle East and possibly extend to broader global markets. While the US dollar remains a dominant force worldwide, countries like Vietnam continue to keep their currencies artificially low to maintain export advantages. Iraq, however, is choosing a different path. Rather than joining a currency devaluation race, Iraq is stepping forward with confidence, aiming to establish itself as a financial leader in the region. With the U.S. offering full support, Iraq is signaling that it's ready to break from its post-conflict past and take control of its economic destiny. If successful, this bold move could turn Iraq into a major hub of trade, finance, and investment over the next decade. So far, world markets have remained calm, but that's not surprising. Major currency revaluations are almost always executed with discretion to avoid premature speculation and destabilization. Behind the scenes, however, savvy investors and analysts are watching indicators like oil prices, regional bond yields, and trade agreements to anticipate what's next. Once the revaluation becomes officially public, it's expected that media coverage, financial analysis, and trading volumes will surge. Iraq could then find itself at the center of a new wave of economic interest focused on Middle Eastern financial growth. Still, as with any major change, there are risks involved. Revaluations are powerful tools, but if poorly implemented, they can lead to inflation, market confusion, or even financial instability. Fortunately, Iraq appears to be taking the cautious route. Financial systems have been upgraded, anti-corruption measures are being enforced, digital technology is in place to maintain accuracy and transparency in transactions. More importantly, Iraq is working hand in hand with its international partners, including the United States, to avoid missteps and ensure long-term success. All indicators suggest that this isn't a hasty gamble. It's the result of years of planning and coordination. Now, what should viewers like you be doing in light of this news? First and foremost, stay informed. Follow only verified news sources and avoid reacting to unconfirmed rumors. Currency revaluations tend to bring out misinformation and scams. Be wary of anyone offering exclusive insider deals or promising guaranteed returns. These are major red flags. Next, speak with a certified financial advisor, especially if you currently hold Iraqi dinar. Ask questions, discuss potential tax implications, and explore how this revaluation might affect your current savings or investment plans. Many countries, including the U.S., consider gains from foreign currency exchanges to be taxable. Accurate documentation, such as purchase records and exchange confirmations, will be essential if and when you decide to convert your dinar. Lastly, help others by spreading factual information. The more people are educated on the topic, the less likely they are to fall into misinformation traps. Sharing trusted updates can help fellow investors and everyday holders make informed choices. Whether you're in the U.S., Iraq, or anywhere in between, transparency is key to navigating this historic change. Taking a moment to reflect, it's incredible to see how far Iraq has come. Just 2 decades ago, the country was engulfed in conflict, plagued by sanctions, and struggling under a crumbling economy. Today, it stands on the brink of reclaiming its rightful place in the global financial ecosystem. This revaluation represents more than a currency shift. It symbolizes resilience, ambition, and a renewed vision for Iraq's future. For Iraqi citizens, it promises restored economic dignity. For global investors, it presents a rare window to participate in one of the most significant monetary events in recent history. And let's not forget the weight of the U.S. endorsement. When the Treasury Department and other federal agencies publicly or quietly signal their full support, it confirms the global legitimacy of this shift. It means that the IQD is no longer seen as a speculative or unstable currency. It is evolving into a legitimate financial instrument with recognized value. To recap, the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar appears finalized, and the United States is backing it with full support. Though an official public rate has not yet been released, every signal from banking system upgrades to investor forums points toward a calculated and imminent shift. This could redefine Iraq's economic position and open up new opportunities for citizens and investors alike. The key now is patience, strategy, and preparation. We want to hear from you. Are you optimistic about the dinar's future? Do you plan to exchange immediately or wait for further clarity? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback helps inform others and build a stronger community of awareness. And if this information has helped you, be sure to like this video and subscribe to Iraqi Dinar News so you never miss another critical update. The journey of the IQD is far from over. In fact, the real story is just beginning, and we'll be right here to walk it with you every step of the way.